The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke. At that time, Jesus entered a village, and a woman named Martha received him into her house. And she had a sister called Mary, who sat at the Lord's feet and listened to his teaching. But Martha was distracted with much serving, and she went to him and said, "Lord, do you not care that my sister has left me to serve alone? Tell her then to help me." But the Lord answered her, "Martha, Martha, you are anxious and troubled over many things. One thing is needful. Mary has chosen the good portion, which shall not be taken away from her." The Gospel of the Lord. Brothers and sisters, traditionally this Gospel can be interpreted to reflect the tension between the active and contemplative dimensions of the church. The active dimension, going out there, doing something, getting the hands dirty, sweating, working for Jesus Christ. Martha was serving Jesus, preparing things for him, making things ready, maybe getting food and drink, cleaning. She was working for Jesus. And so this represents the active dimension as we too go out and work for Jesus, get our hands dirty. And we too get irritated sometimes by doing all the work, or as we feel, we do all the work for Jesus, while some Christians don't seem to. The other dimension is Mary, the contemplative dimension. Mary, who sits at the feet of Jesus, who learns from the Master, who sits silently, who sits quietly, and who appreciates being with Jesus. Now, she doesn't do any work that we can see. She doesn't get her hands dirty. She doesn't prepare things. She doesn't sweat. She is just there with Jesus, contemplating him in prayer and worship. And so historically throughout the church, reflected in this gospel, there has been a great tension between the actives and the contemplatives, between the ones who get their hands dirty, go out, work, and the ones who sit and pray. We do all the work, you guys do nothing. But we're so spiritual, you guys are too active, you need to sit and pray. There's been that tension. And that's one way to look at the gospel today. For those who work in the church, notice Jesus does not say to Martha, "Stop working now, come sit here. You're not doing a good job. You're not supposed to be doing that. You're supposed to be at my feet." He doesn't say that. He says to Martha, "You are troubled by many things. Mary has chosen the good portion, which shall not be taken away from her." Because sometimes we can be so consumed with work, even the work of the Lord, that we forget to be with the Lord. I know as a priest before Mass, and Mass is a prayerful time, Mass is a spiritual experience, Mass is a connection with the divine. But before Mass, it can be chaotic. Where the matches? Are the candles lit? Is the microphone on? Do we have enough hosts in the Saboria? Is the book set to the right pages? Where are the readers? Is the sanitizing committee here? Running around doing the Lord's work. Doing the Lord's work. Making everything ready. But sometimes being too busy to just sit at the Lord's feet and prepare spiritually for the spiritual experience. And how many of us are like that? How many of us just before Mass are rushing to our cars, turning off the rugby at 5:20 so that we can get here quickly at 5:30 to sit down for Mass? How many of us are so busy doing anything, even the Lord's work, but doing anything in our lives? How many of us are so busy doing anything that we are too busy to have a spiritual experience, to spend time with God, to sit at the feet of the Master? The Lord's work is good work, whatever that may be in the church, whatever you may be involved with, sacristy, projector, care group, SSVP, beautiful. It is the Lord's work. Secretary, it is the Lord's work. But it must not distract you from the Lord. Remember for whom you do the work. And in your life, whatever you're busy with, work, school, academics, family life, home life, good. These are good things in and of themselves. And we all need to perform well in them in some way or another. Good. But it must not distract us from the Lord. It must not distract us from the one who has blessed us with the work, with the family life, with the opportunities to study and learn. The lesson is clear that whilst active and contemplative are both needed and both good, too active, too distracted can become a hindrance to the contemplative. We cannot be too busy, even at the work of the Lord, but we cannot be too busy in our lives to sit at the feet of the Master, to pray, to learn, and to love. So I encourage each and every one of you, my dear brothers and sisters, to continue engaging with Father Stephen's meditation talks, meditation presentations on our YouTube and Facebook pages, to find some quiet time, some silent time in your homes, in your workplaces, in this church, which can often be so busy, to sit at the feet of the Master, to sit in silence, to sit in contemplation, to pray, to learn, and to simply love Jesus Christ. Amen.